Hi guys, it's Lily. I just thought I'd make a quick video, and I mean quick this time, okay? I know I always say a quick video and it's never quick, but this will be a quick one, I promise. Maybe. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you some of the bits and pieces that I've been doing. I know that I show you haul stuff, but I don't often show you what I've actually made. So, I thought I would get on with it. You'll have to excuse any shouts. My kids are on the Xbox at the moment before dinner, so it's pointless asking them to be quiet, so we'll just ignore that. Hubby fixed my lighting in the studio so I can actually see what I'm doing, which was handy because on Monday I had a really bad bout of insomnia and I was actually in here after being awake for an hour. I was in here at 4 in the morning doing craft stuff because, you know, if you can't sleep you can always stare at the ceiling and walls for so long before you start to crack up a bit. So, without further ado, I am currently putting together this. Let's move you back a little bit. Sorry. This. Now, if you watched my recent Poundland haul video, you'll know that I picked up 2 books because the spines were a good thickness. This is one of them. This is the one that had the soldier guy and the helicopter on the front. So what I did was I used 3 different kinds of adhesive because the original cover was very slick. So I used a tape runner, ordinary double-sided tape, and my favourite glue sticks, which aren't an actual brand. They come in a multi-pack from Asda and they are fantastic. So I used that. This is the Recollections paper that I got in TK Maxx recently. That was in a video as well. So I stuck that on. And then I put some iridescent glitter. It's glitter paint, it's not glitter glue. So I painted that all over. And then I found that when it was dry, it rubbed off. So I put some gel medium. I can't find my matte one, which is really annoying. I know where it lived before we moved and I haven't seen it since. So it's obviously eloped somewhere, probably with my heat gun, because I cannot find that either. So I don't know, maybe I'll get like a postcard from Mexico or something, and they've eloped together. Anyway, so I had to use the gloss one, but I think that worked out quite well. I don't know if I would have told you this, but it's the Ranger one. Hang on and I'll grab it, just in case you want to know. It's this one, the Claudine Helmuth multi-medium gloss. So that went all over it, and then to strengthen the edges and the spine I put duct tape on it. As you can see here, this is where the paper ends and then this is where the cover ends, so I needed to cover that up as well, obviously, but I wanted it to not fall apart, so that's what that's about. And then inside, you can just see where I folded that over. I'm not sure if I'm going to put some kind of cover on this or if I'm going to paint it or what I'm going to do with it yet. But this is all nice and dried now, so I can do something with it. And it's the same paper on the back. So that's that one. This one I have just stitched together. This was a book that I picked up ages ago from a charity shop. We used to have one near me that they didn't have prices on things. You could have 3 books for free, which was pretty awesome. If you wanted more than 3, you had to make a donation to the charity, but they didn't give you an amount that you had to donate. So this was one of these, and the actual cover was, although it was structurally sound, it had faded and it looked a bit grotty. So I used one of these if you remember watching, or if you have seen my spending my Christmas money haul, I got a big box of 100 of these for 50p, which is amazingly cheap. So I stuck this side down so it didn't have these bits on it, and it was all just plain blue. So I used a file folder to cover the outside, and then I've used it on the inside as well. Let's move you back a bit more. I can't remember how I had you sat up earlier on for other videos. So yeah, that's file folders. Again, I put the gloss medium on it because it was just plain card and I wanted it to sort of not fall apart. And because I used the same brush, even though I had washed it out, everybody knows that glitter gets everywhere, so you can see that there is some glitter. But I think that looks quite cool because I've used this Galaxy patterned duct tape. Sorry, I'm leaning on something and it's making a load of noise. This Galaxy patterned duct tape again on the edges of the book and on the spine. So I think having a slight shimmer is kind of cool. I don't know what I'm going to put on the front of it yet. I've not got that far, but I did decide that I wanted to keep some danglies on the outside. I don't usually sew signatures like this. Usually I start from the inside so it's all nice and neat, but I quite fancied having some danglies and I can put some beads or charms or something on there, because this is going to be like my art journal. The only journal I have at the moment is the one that you guys have seen, but I wanted something that I could just put arty stuff in and not necessarily have to do it in my journal. I have recently joined a Facebook group. I've been watching Felicia's videos. Felicia is Mouse Potato Designs here on YouTube. Hi Felicia! And she often talks about her Faux-Bonnici group that she belongs to on Facebook. And I am denied because I don't have a Faux-Bonnici, I don't use a Faux-Bonnici. I have my journal, but it's slightly different. It's kind of similar to her Smoosh journal, which she then made a group for that as well, and I joined that. Well, anyway, so I've joined this group, and it has been amazing. Nobody really cares whether you're actually using a Faux-Bonnici or not. You can just share arty stuff that you've been doing, and you can play around with ideas and get inspiration from other people, and it has just been fantastic to be able to interact with people with the same interests as me, the same hobbies. You learn new techniques, and they enable you a lot to buy new products, but it's it's stuff that I wouldn't necessarily have known about. And everybody is so nice, and it's awesome, and I can't recommend it enough. I'm actually tearing up here a little bit because if anyone has watched the video I did about my disability, I am home on my own all the time. Most of the time I only see my husband and my children, and occasionally my parents, so I can't get out and see friends and stuff. And now I've got this group of people that live in my laptop that I can talk to and share ideas with and stuff. Some of my actual friends, you know, they like real life friends. They like the stuff that I make, but because they don't have the same interests themselves, you know, there's only so far that you can kind of talk about it before they lose interest or they're not really sure what you're talking about. So to have this gaggle of people that all like the same stuff is just fantastic, and it's made me a lot happier in myself, if I'm completely honest, because I feel like I've made all these friends, and it's great. So thank you, Felicia and Corey. They're like the admins of the group, so thank you. You don't really know what it means to me. So anyway, I'm going to shut up because I'm actually going to smudge my mascara if I carry on. Shut up, Lily. Start talking about the book. Yeah, so anyway, so I've put this book together to be like my art journal book. And on the inside, I used the plain lightweight file folders that I got from Staples, and the same thing that I made my December daily out of. So they're not quite, well, they are card weight, but they're a very light card weight. So I used some of those, and what I did was I cut off the edges. I used my paper cutter to measure out a rough size that would fit, you know, into the cover. Used my paper cutter to cut it down, and I wanted it obviously so that they didn't hang over the edges. For some reason I didn't sew this first signature in very well, so it's a bit wibbly wobbly, but never mind, it's arty, right? And then I put these little tabs on here. I'll just zoom in to show you if I can remember how to use the zoom. Woo, there we go. These tabs were a cut off from a previous project, and they're coffee dyed, just ordinary printer paper. But I had a load of them. I think I was cutting down paper to make signatures. So I thought, well, I don't want to chuck them out, although they go in the recycling. You know, I don't want to chuck them out because I could use it for something, and now I have. So I've made these tabs. I just cut it into a little pennant shape because, you know, it was just straight across, and I used my tiny attacher just to stick them on, and there's two. I folded two over just to give it a bit more strength, you know. So there we go. So bring you back out again. So there's 3 signatures, and each piece of this, each page has got its own tab like that, because what I thought I'd do, and that's the middle of the signature, so there is 1, 2, 3, 4, that would be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I obviously didn't measure that out how I was supposed to, because they were all going to be the same number. What did I say? 23. So 46 sides of pages. But what I thought I could also do is put tip-ins in. So I'll just grab this because it's within arm's length. You know, I could stick in a tip in, you know, either way, or fold outs or something if I wanted some more space. And there is one pocket already because I messed up. That's why there's not 24 pages, because I messed up. When I was lining all of these up, I did it by signature. So you had, let's move this over a minute, hang on. So I lined it up and then, you know, went along with the next one, lined them up and then started again at the top. And when I was putting these together, I accidentally stapled 2 together instead of 1. But I didn't realise until I had finished doing the whole signature, so I couldn't take it off and do it again, because then I would have had to have taken all the others off because they would have been in the wrong place. Coming! That'll be dinner ready. So what I did was I stuck it with the glue stick just down here and along the top, and used my We Are Memory Keepers thumb notch punch so that I've got some little pocket spaces there and there, which, you know, it was a bit of an accident, but, you know, it works. So that's on the middle one, and then it's just ordinary signatures on the back. So that is what I'm going to be using as my art journal thing. And some of the bigger chunks that I cut off of the file folders, all I did was I used the corner rounder on the edges, because you all know I'm obsessed with the corner rounder, and I used my Big Bite to make a hole. Is it Big Bite? Oh, you people will know better than me. It's this one. So I used that. I'm hopeless with names. So I used that, and I used the smaller setting and just put this book ring in the top. But because it was on the folded bit of the file folder, I decided to keep it like that so that I could always do some kind of arty thing here, and always do journaling if I wanted to on the inside. So I've got a big load of them. So yeah, I'm being yelled at because my dinner is ready, and I did say that this was going to be a quick video, and we're at 18 minutes. Whoops. So I'll let you know when I've done some more to this one, and when I decide what to put in the floral one. I've been playing with my stamps as well, because today's Fauxbonichi group challenge was to use your stamps. So I'm going to stick some of these into my journal. I've been very naughty. I've had these in my stash for ages and I haven't used them. So got them out, stamped them on plain white cardstock, fussy cut round them, and I will do something in that, but after dinner. So before my husband hollers at me again, I am going to go, and I'll speak to you soon, guys. Bye.